Genesis chapter 4 verses 1 to 16. Life had totally changed for Adam and Eve. They lived outside the beautiful Garden of Eden where everything had been perfect. Their sin against God affected everything. Before Adam and Eve sinned, the plants grew easily. Now, weeds and thorns choked out the new growth. Before sin, there was no death. Now everything, plants, animals, and people would grow old and die. Sin had changed everything in God's creation. Eve gave birth to a baby boy. He was the first baby ever born. We'll name him Cain. They agreed. Not long after Cain was born, God blessed them again with another baby boy. They named him Abel. When the boys grew to be young men, they each chose their work. Abel, the younger brother, became a shepherd, taking care of flocks of sheep. He guided his sheep to food and water, and he protected them from danger. Cain, the older brother, became a farmer. He worked with soil, planting vegetables and fruit trees. Perhaps as they were growing up, Cain and Abel watched their parents bring offerings in worship to God. Now that they were young men, they needed to bring their own offerings. The Bible says Cain went into his field and picked the crops he had grown. He brought his fruits and vegetables as his offerings to God. Abel also brought an offering. He went out to where his sheep were grazing and looked carefully at the lambs. He chose a firstborn lamb in perfect health. Abel killed this lamb and offered it to God. The Bible says that Abel offered his sacrifice by faith. He worshipped God with a right heart attitude and brought him his very best offering. Cain's offering did not show faith. Cain chose to come to God his own way. As God looked at Cain's heart, he saw it was full of sin. God was displeased with Cain's heart attitude and the offering he brought. When Cain saw that God had accepted Abel's offering but rejected his, he was furious. He was jealous of his brother and angry with God. His feelings showed on his face in a dark, angry scowl. God asked Cain, "Why are you so angry and why do you look so mean? If you do what is right, I will accept you." God loved Cain. He was encouraging Cain to come God's way, to bring an acceptable offering and not let sin control him. God was giving him a second chance, but Cain refused. In anger and stubbornness, Cain turned away from God. Cain's anger and jealousy toward Abel continued to grow. And one day, while they were out in the field with no one else around, Cain did a terrible thing. Cain refused God's way and murdered his brother Abel. Although no people were around to see what Cain did, God saw it. The Lord said to Cain, "Where is your brother?" "I don't know where he is," Cain lied. "Must I take care of him?" God wanted Cain to admit his sin, but Cain would not. His stubborn, sinful heart still refused God's love and forgiveness. Then God said, "Cain, what have you done? Your brother's blood calls to me from the ground. From now on, the ground where your brother's blood was spilled will no longer be fruitful for you. Your hard work will bring only small crops. You will become a wanderer with no place to call home." "My punishment is too much for me," cried Cain. "As I wander, those who find me will know who I am and kill me." In His mercy, the Lord placed some kind of a mark of protection on Cain, so that the people would recognize him and not harm him. The next words in the Bible are very sad ones. Cain went out from the presence of the Lord. What great sadness sin had brought into Cain's life. He refused to believe God and accept his way of forgiveness.